Hey everybody, I'm Tim and it's time for those top cigars for big lazy days. And you're watching Cigars Daily. Hey, get more out of this and all our content when you join the community on Cigars Daily Plus. We've all experienced senioritis at one point or another. For many of us, it was when we were seniors in high school. You get close to the end of that high school career and you're just like, screw this. For some of us, the senioritis was so serious, we didn't even finish high school. We just said, I think that I've had quite enough of this. But the thing about senioritis is that it comes back again and again and again over your lifetime. I think for most of us, this happens close to a vacation. Like you got a few days off, they're coming up, you're wrapping up projects at work, and all of a sudden you wake up one day and you're like, oh dear Lord, I don't care anymore. I just have got my feet on the beach mentally and I'm ready to be completely done and none of the work really seems that important to me anymore. Certainly this time of year as I shoot this video, it's that weird week in between Christmas and New Year's where, let's face it, no one cares about anything. Go to the grocery store, go to the bank, nobody wants to be there. Everyone would rather be at home watching Netflix and eating popcorn, and if you are a cigar lover, then hell, you'd rather be doing that than just about anything. So today I want to take you inside 5 epic cigars for those lazy days when senioritis takes over and filling your taste buds with amazing flavor is just about the only thing that could satiate or satisfy you at all. And before I dive in, I have to ask you this up front. Drop a comment down below. If you're trying to put away all of the distractions of the world, or rather not put away, but just ignore because frankly, you don't care. And that really is the key behind senioritis. And if you're trying to do that, what kind of cigar are you lighting up? Is there a particular wrapper leaf or flavor profile that you're going after? Or do you not care so much that it doesn't matter and you just light up something that you know you're going to light? Drop that down in the comments and I want to hear more about that from you. And with no further ado, let's jump right in. Certainly when senioritis kicks in and takes you off your feet, it's usually after a long period of work, or at least it is for me. I find that when I'm coming up to a vacation, it's like you're grasping almost at a mirage. You're like, yes, for the love of God, I need a little bit of downtime and I can see it. It's just over there. And so I want a good cigar that's going to help commemorate that, especially if I'm trying really hard to ignore something important that I should be doing before the vacation starts. So a top tier high-end cigar for me that I love is Placencia, the Alma Fuerte Natural. This cigar is a newer release from Placencia. They've in fact just released new sizes of this cigar very recently that plays off their 10-year aged tobacco. This is a very rare find in the cigar world. Most premium cigars, when you light them up, have leaf that's been aged for 3, maybe 5 years if it's a special cigar. But 10-year aged leaf in this all Nicaraguan cigar gives you an unbelievably smooth and very sweet, very refined flavor that gives you that top tier experience. And so when your boss comes up and asks you, hey, do you mind working one extra day or a few extra hours before you go on that trip? You might say, no. I've got a wonderful hot date with a beautiful babe. Her name is Alma Fuerte. And of course, as your drive to achieve begins to wane, as you get closer and closer to some downtime, you can definitely step back and light up amazing flavor from a stellar and dynamic cigar like Asylums Ogre. This is a blend that I have loved for a very long time because of that dynamic flavor. So this is a dual wrappered cigar called a barber pole that uses both a candela leaf, that's the green leaf on the outside, mixed together with a habano leaf, a bit different than your regular barber pole, which is usually a Connecticut shade and a Maduro to create this contrast of color. I really like barber poles that are candela and habano because they create create this complex, dynamic flavor that with this one being a spicier Nicaraguan cigar, it still gives you some nice earthiness along with a brilliant complex flavor profile. And I know that you're normally a very dynamic worker, most likely. You probably are great and brilliant, but certainly when your mind goes on vacation before your body does, you can always still enjoy the dynamic flavor of a great cigar like the Ogre. Now, as some lazy days are on the horizon, your boss and your wife, they might not be giving you a gold star for all the work that you've done, but damn it, you sure deserve it. And you deserve it in the form of golden flavor from the AJ Fernandez New World Dorado. This cigar comes from AJ's Dorado fields, these fields that produce this immaculate golden leaf. This one uses a Habano sun-grown wrapper from Nicaragua, right where his fields are, those Dorado fields in Esteli. And this thing produces everything that you'd want out of a Nicaraguan cigar. A medium strength flavor profile with notes of espresso, leather, coffee, and cocoa. Something you can really sink your teeth into, and by the way, pairs as well with a cup of coffee as it does with a nice stiff bourbon. And so as you're thinking about yourself in a better place, maybe your happy place on vacation, and your wife gives you that to-do list of unfinished projects around the house, I recommend putting that workshop sounds playlist on the Bluetooth speaker, some good sounds of some sawing and hammering, then kick your feet up in the backyard, light up a Dorado, and hell, give yourself a gold star. You've earned it. Now, of course, there are those of us who want a bit bolder of an experience, and thank God this last year, the cigar world has been turning out some great blends for people of that preference. And one of those blends is one that I have been looking forward to so much, and that is the Kamacho Broadleaf. So this is Kamacho's newest release, and it uses a Honduran broadleaf wrapper over binder and fillers from Honduras and the Dominican Republic. So if you're a big fan of broadleaf, this one will take you way outside of the normal range of what broadleaf cigars have to offer. Normally, they're ultra stout, really powerful coffee and leather, and they punch you in the tongue with like a sack of doorknobs. They just hit you in the palate. The truth is, this cigar right here strikes a lot closer to medium plus in strength, with some wonderful coffee notes, along with a mix of other very nice, complex notes. It is just not your everyday broadleaf cigar. And if you are expanding your palate and you're working your way into new different types of wrapper leaves, this is one you should definitely visit along the way because of its uniqueness as a form of broadleaf and because it's just not quite as punchy as a lot of the other broadleaf stuff out there. And certainly, like this time of year, let's just say that, New Year's is just like a week away. And, you spend your day at work making your YouTube videos and talking about cigars, but dear God, those days off are right there. You could just see them. And so even though you love what you do and you do it all day long, you still can't help but to imagine yourself on your couch with your slippers and a dog watching a movie about the end of the world, because that sounds like magic. And so you're just trying so hard to get back to the work thing, but then yet you catch yourself over here in the play thing. Hell, you could smoke yourself a Kamacho Broadleaf, bring you right back to center. Now, if there's one thing we can all love and respect, it's people who have got a grind. People who get up and work their tails off every single day. And in fact, Diesel Cigars respects y'all too. And that's why they came out with the Diesel Grind. This is a bit less of a well-known brand from Diesel. You don't see it on all the normal outlets that you find Diesel cigars, but it certainly is every bit of the designed bold look and feel and flavor that Diesel has been known for. Unlike a lot of the really powerful stuff these days that's Mexican San Andreas or Broadleaf or Oscuro or Double Maduro or something like that, this cigar uses an Ecuador Habano Maduro wrapper, and somehow using that Habano leaf, they still achieve this ultra thick, rugged, rough to the touch, leathery wrapper leaf on the outside. And this thing is absolute fire with a bold sweetness to it that comes right along with a very dark flavor profile with leather and espresso, black coffee, a really nice, very clean flavor that leaves a very clean finish, and a cigar that celebrates the grind that all of us have. And hell, if you're at the point where you've got that senioritis and it's just harder than it usually is to grind like you normally do, maybe light up a diesel grind, take a few minutes off, and you can finish those last few minutes before you get some serious downtime. You know, guys, I gotta tell you, it's been a long year. It's been a long year at Cigars Daily, and it's been a long year for a lot of us. The good news is that we have all got amazing premium cigars that we can use to fit in those moments, those minutes and seconds in between the busyness of life, and even use to enjoy the working minutes that we have as we lead up to a great vacation, some time off, some downtime, where, by the way, I will be filling my downtime with even more amazing cigars, and I hope that you will too. Do drop it down in the comments. What cigars are you looking forward to this time of year or as you go on vacation? I would love to hear more about that from you. And of course, check this video out on the community on Cigars Daily Plus. Thank you all so much for watching. This is Tim signing off for Cigars Daily, and I will see you in the comments.